Hey everybody, as you can see, I'm setting up for Brutal Space. I'm going to be doing a simultaneous mission. Over there is going to be the ground combat that's going to happen on that gray planet right there. And you can see our ship, the CS Decatur back there. Now this is going to be a little different than a normal Brutal Space game, just because of the narrative. So our team has to basically go through there and fight the rebels and try to get the diplomat that they captured. The diplomat is in one of those buildings that is marked with a gold coin, and we don't know which one, so there's a mechanic to find out which one it is. Meanwhile, our ship, the CS Decatur, is going to try to have to survive a force that's double theirs. These two ships right here are a pistolier and a basic ranged each, and then behind them is a fanatic. Our ship is a blaster and a skirmisher. So we're 3 points, and they are a total of 6 points. This is actually a pretty small game for Brutal Space, because normally Brutal Space is like 12 points or so. But I really wanted to do a narrative mission with just our single ship versus a larger force. And we have to make sure that we stay somewhat near this gray planet, because we need to get our people off once they get the diplomat. So it's going to be a fun narrative mission. Meanwhile, on the ground battle, you'll see that we have rebels. I'm using the bestiary from the Brutality Skirmish Wargame supplement, and I'm treating him as a bear. I'm treating this guy as a ranged bandit. Treating this guy as a ranged bandit. She's actually going to be a wizard, which is going to be fun. So basically, these are rebels that are ragtag, and she has access to a ton of technology that she probably can't use very well. So that's going to make it really random and fun. We've got another basic ranged bandit, and then we have a melee bandit. In the meantime, our forces are my chief of security here, and his name is Pice, and he's just a basic melee. Chief of security, Lieutenant Commander Trask, and he is a shredder. You can't really see it, but he's got a gun over here. Then we've got our chief engineer, who is an adaptive. And then we have a skirmisher right here. And then we also have a zealot. And we've got to try to find out which one of these buildings has our little diplomat in it. This little, gonk droid. Now, the unique thing about Brutal Space is that you can play a simultaneous game. What you end up doing is you treat the entire two boards as one board for activation's sake. So this is going to make this very, very scary for me, because I have to decide, is our ship in a bad situation? Then we need to activate him first. But if we activate him first, then of course we've got gang members over here that are going to get the drop on us. So which one is more important to activate first? And then of course it's alternating activation. I'll also be using the AI rules for solo mode. I'll also be using the solo event table that's in the book. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to just give you overviews of what happened, not a blow-by-blow. At the end of turn 1, this is our situation in space. Of course, all of this happened in alternating activity, but our ship came around here a little farther. It did get shot in the back by one of those brown ships, and the skirmisher module took a damage and -2 movement, so its thrusters got damaged. But other than that, everything else was saved or missed against us. And our captain is communicating down to the planet going, "Hurry up, guys, find this diplomat. We are outnumbered by 2 times, 200%. In the meantime, on turn 1, Pice ran over here. He had 2 battles with the melee person and ended up killing the melee person. I was a basic melee. This guy actually stayed put because we need to get to this door. We also need to get to this door over here, so he knows that we need to be there. A lot happened right here. Not only did he shoot and Aneth saved it all, but the wizard woman came over here, and as you know, probably wizards do random powers, so she put up a line of sight blocking barrier so Trask couldn't shoot her. Then she did a summoned drone right here and gave it aura. So it ran into the back of Trask, dealt him a damage and confused him, but he was able to destroy it. And I like to think that that had like explosives strapped to it or something like that. And then Aneth ran over here, ran through the barrier, and charged and seriously injured the wizard. And then Trask removed his confusion, cleared his head, stood up, and then used the teamwork feat to shoot at the wizard that was right around this corner because his ally could see her. And I love it. It's like he ricocheted off this wall and shot her and killed her, which was awesome. In the meantime, our engineer, he's around this corner right now. He ran up here before he free action ran from a command token. He put up a barrier and confused both of these, and both of them failed their confusion, so they both just kind of stuck there, and that's a movement blocking barrier. In the meantime, Sharat is a skirmisher. She's very fast, movement 10. She moved 18 inches from here all the way across the board, and where she needs to get to is a door right here to open this up. So she's obviously the fastest one of our team. So currently, I'm not playing normal kill points or anything like that. The objective solely is to get the diplomat. At the end of turn 4, if we don't have the diplomat, which is that gonk droid, then we lose. And if our ship is destroyed on this map before the end of turn 4, we also lose. Now, of course, I would treat this as like it's wrecked. It's not actually destroyed. But, and all these people would be, like, taken out of action, not actually killed, because this isn't the Brutal Realm. People don't come back to life, so I want to keep my characters. But let's get on to second turn. Alright, we're at the end of turn 2, and things are starting to heat up for us. We declared all stop in the last turn, so we didn't have to do anything when we activated here. We just sat here. We could have shot, but not really, because if you'll notice, the peg to peg, you can't see past this planet, which is also what saved us from both of them. They both ran as one of their actions and tried to shoot at us, but they could not see us peg to peg. Thank God. So, we're safe for one more turn, but you see that they're slowly closing in. They're buffed with extra shields and intel and all sorts of stuff. Over here, Pice was able to search this building, and you see the gold coins gone. The diplomat is not in that building. The rebel, or whatever you want to call him, the bandit shot and wounded Pice, and he's at 1 hit point now with a bleeding. So we're going to have to teleport him back up to the ship, probably. This enemy over here moved back to prevent us from actually searching that door, because it'd be within 6 inches. So we couldn't do that. He shot and blinded Aneth, and took a wound, but Aneth now, this turn, will no longer be blinded. He was blinded for the second turn. And, he shot at the bandit, dealt him 2 damage and a bleeding because he's a shredder, Trask is. So, this guy has a death sentence, and so does Pice. Now, Sharat, I told you before, is a skirmisher and very, very fast. She ran from behind that building, skipped that doorway because the enemy was there, ran all the way over here and searched this building, and you notice that the coin is gone. The diplomat is absolutely not in that building. So now we realize that the diplomat is in one of those 2 buildings that have the coin on them. The issue being is that this bandit is still here, so we can't search that one until he's gone. And unfortunately, the frequency that Muir did in the very first turn has still confused these 2. These 2 have been out of commission the entire game because they cannot remove their confusion. So it must have been a stun grenade or a frequency or something. The problem is that is one of the buildings we may have to get the diplomat out of. So we're going to try and search this one first, and I hope that we find them there. If not, we may not be able to get them with these enemies in the way. Well, turn number 3 was very eventful. So we got out of all stop, we charged into this ship, we hit him head on, and unfortunately with his intel and his protect and everything, we weren't able to do anything. Plus, he rolled a critical save, so being a blaster, we reduced his save down to 1, and he was able to save 2 of them with a critical, and then save another with the time slip, or the intel. Then they both turned around. They destroyed 1 out of 2 of my modules. They gave me a chain reaction token, and so now we're going to be losing a hit point every time we activate. So out of 2 modules, the CS Decatur is now at 1 module. It's damaged. It's not nearly as mobile. It doesn't speed for free or anything like that because the skirmisher is out. So it's pretty rough. We did manage to damage the support ship right here, and we charged. What we did is used our command token, moved, shot, ran for free, and then charged. So we were able to damage that. That's only at 1 hit point now. But the issue is that when we activate now, we're going to be losing a hit point, and our blaster module only has 1 more hit point. So we need to hurry up and get back to here. Why do we need to get back to here? Well, I'll explain that in a minute. But you might be wondering what these Nog ships are doing. Nog is a friendly faction to the Commonwealth. Well, in the event table, I actually rolled a wandering monster. Now, normally it's a neutral entity, but it came in on this board edge, which was going to attack them because it attacks the closest enemy model or player model. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to just stay out of its range, and I'm just going to treat it as a friendly, just for narrative purposes. So a fleet of Nog bombers came in. They did 2 damage onto this ship right here and gave it a chain reaction token, which is good. And lost 1 hull point of their own, but it's very happy on the bottom of turn 3 to get some help here. So, why do we need to hurry up and get to that ship? Well, it's because she finally found the diplomat. The Gonk droid right there, she found him. This guy right here is still confused. I guess, you know, he is a Bulgarin, so I guess he's pretty dumb. This guy was able to shoot at our engineer, missed everything with 2 saves of a 2, which was fantastic. Otherwise, he would have just died. And Pice ended up bleeding out, had to be transported away. And we shot at this guy, did nothing to him, etc., etc. So, not much is going on. We have to survive turn 4 and make sure that we are in possession of this Gonk droid. So we have to make sure that they don't wake up, charge us, and kill her or anything like that. And got to take care of this guy before he turns the corner and shoots at her. And in the meantime, we have to get back here to the planet within engagement range and pick up our group and not die this turn. So it's definitely going to be tough, but this is exciting. Alright, this is turn 4. I'll make this very brief. We managed, through the use of stressing and a command token and running and all of that, we got rid of our chain reaction token. The CS Decatur had 1 hit point left. We were able to turn all the way around and speed over to this planet in order to pick up our people. In the meantime, these Nogs are still helping us. The lead character here critically failed a tech check and actually exploded. It damaged the Nog squad, and it damaged this one when he was still over there. It exploded. That was kind of funny. And then the random event table we got was another Nog bomber squad coming in from this side. Unfortunately, they were too late for anything to really help, but you know, we appreciate the allies. In the meantime, this Bulgrin is still confused. This is one of the few cases where I rarely have one character just confused the entire game. He has a willpower of 5, and he never made a 5 or less. So he's still confused. This guy did shoot our engineer, who had to be evac'd out. And she's got the Gonk ambassador right there. So we've got him. At the end of turn 4, we did some shooting and whatnot, but no one else died. So that's basically the end of it. You can see how this is very stressful. I mean, in a fun way. Stressful to play because you've got this going on over here, and this has a win condition, and then you've got this over here, and this also has a win condition, and, you know, this side is like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, and this side is trying to find the diplomat, so it's very, very fun. This was not like an in-depth review of the game or anything like that, or a review of the rules, but still very, very fun. Thank you for watching my video, I appreciate it, and as you can see here, Brutal Space is now for sale. PDF and soft cover, premium print, color versions, and you can find that at brutalityskirmishwargame.com.